Okay, good morning, kiddos. I wanted today you can see that I've got a new chart in front of us, and it's called Author's Craft. And obviously, we're doing it for the Year of Miss Agnes. And I wanted to explain a bit about what Author's Craft is. Author's Craft is obviously something that an author does in their book. And it's usually, when I think about it, I think it's about basically the art of writing. The art of writing to convey new thinking. Sometimes it's done with beautiful language or humor or other types of things. So we're going to be looking at how the author is helping us teach about something through different characters. So today, in the next few days, as we're reading, we're going to be looking for examples of hardship. Okay, and I'm going to make this a little bit different. Okay, so when I talk about hardship, what I'm talking about is things that are difficult. And what we're going to be doing is looking at it through different individuals. And I'm going to give an example. So for instance, I'm going to look over here where the example, this is going to be different characters. So I'm going to write the character of Boko. Okay, now what I will be doing is back on page 15, and I'm going to put this page 15. We learned something about Boko that was a hardship. And what we learned is that Boko, oops, I always do that, Boko was born deaf. Okay, that's a hardship. She could not hear. And Fred is the only person who can understand her. Even her own mama, even mama isn't able to communicate with Boko, so can understand her, understand what she is trying to say. So if we think about this, again, on page 15, we learned about a hardship of Boko, and this is what we know about it. We can make that conclusion. Okay, so I'm going to do another one here, and this is for Fred. Okay, and on page 17, we learn that Fred's father has died. Okay, so Fred's father died when she was little. Okay, she doesn't know him. She hears stories about him, but this is a hardship. So if we think about this book that is taking place in Alaska, what we understand is that life in Alaska is difficult. It is not an easy place to live, and we see how this affects these different characters. I'm going to do one more, and over here, and this is about Marie. Okay, and on page 36, we learned that Marie has only been to school for a few months. Marie has only been let me rewrite this, has only had a few months of schooling. She has to take care of her siblings, which is another word for younger brothers and sisters. She's also, we learned that she was, when she was in school, she she was kind of ashamed. You know, when Miss Agnes was there and trying to learn what the kids were learning, she she was unhappy, you know, and so we saw that she was kind of overwhelmed by this. So then this is a hardship for her. It's a hardship that she's not had many opportunities to be at school. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be adding two other characters. Now, what I'm going to be doing is giving the page numbers, and you will be doing the writing for me. So let me put in here, Mama. We're going to be reading about her in page 53. That's in chapter 8, page 53. So I'm kind of helping out here. I'm telling you where we're going to find the information, but then you're going to need to fill it in on this side. So I'm giving us some clues, but I'm still expecting you to do the work. And then we're going to be learning about Roger. Okay, and that's going to be on page 55. And then we're also going to be learning about Miss Agnes, that she has hardships. And that's on page 47 through 48. Oh, and actually this, I'm realizing that this, you're going to have to go back and reread a little bit because this is in page or in chapter 7. So you're going to go back and reread those few pages and figure out the hardship of Miss Agnes. But then as we read chapter 8, we're going to think about the hardship for Mama, and we're going to think about the hardship for Roger. Now, I'm going to stop here for this video, and then we'll, what we will be doing then is when I start it up again, then I'll be reading chapter 8. Okay, but I wanted us to get going with this. All right, see you in just a bit.